the Jamaica Football Federation needs to get it right. Welcome back to another episode of Halftime TV. Naranda Brown here, your host, and today we'll be discussing a host of topics. The Champions League round of 16, first round recently concluded. We saw where the regression of the La Liga competition continues to be more evident, and the questions are still arising more and more week in, week out as we see what's unfolding across Europe. First of all, let me give a shout out to our sponsors, CSA Shop, located in the heart of Mandeville. CSA Shop, be free, be confident. RS Sports Store for all your sporting apparel. Follow them on Instagram at RS Sports Store. Quick Link Shipping for all your shipping needs. Follow them on Instagram at Quick Shipping or email them at quicklinkshipping@gmail.com. Now, yesterday news broke that West Ham striker Mikhail Antonio has decided that he wants to switch allegiance and to play for the Reggae Boys. Mikhail Antonio has been approached on numerous occasions to represent Jamaica in the past. However, on each occasion, he refused to do so. He's been called up to the English team on a number of occasions as well. He withdrew due to injury the last time he was called up, and the other occasions he was unused substitute.
I think Antonio playing for the Reggae Boys is good news. As a matter of fact, it's great news and the best thing for both parties. The Reggae Boys, they need that attacking force, they need that strength up front. And Antonio, he needs some international time under his belt. So I think it's the best thing for both parties. Antonio, to me, is just another piece to the puzzle that Tapa Whitmore is putting together. And I think with him in the side, we have a better chance of making it to the World Cup. So I hope Jamaica can, produce some good football, play some good football and make it to the World Cup.
Now with me today, I have Agana Bowen, former schoolboy footballer, avid Arsenal fan, as well as a recording artist currently operating out of the United States of America. He has a very, very strong view as it relates to this topic. And personally, I think the influx of overseas talent in this Reggae Boy team has been stifling the local base players. All right, Agana, Mikhail Antonio, he was recently invited once more to represent the Reggae Boy team. He refused us on a number of occasions prior, but I think now he is approaching the end of the line as he turns 31 in March, and he has decided that this is my chance to play in the World Cup, and Jamaica is a perfect opportunity. Mind you, his parents are Jamaicans, and he basically out of the blue has now decided that he wants to switch allegiance. What's your view on this, and do you think he will contribute significantly to the Reggae Boy team?
First and foremost, greetings, Mr. Brown. Wonderful platform, But honestly, I think it's a stretch because we reached out to him before, he rejected, and I think, as you said, it's at the finish line now and he wants to go to the World Cup. So I don't think it's a good move, because I've been saying this for the longest. We need to invest in our youths. There are a number of talented youngsters that play Jamaican schoolboy football every year, and they just go by the wayside, And I feel as if, he tried his best to play for England, he wasn't good enough, and now I guess Jamaica is the scapegoat. So I don't really like it, honestly.
Okay. Antonio, he has played almost 150 games for West Ham United. He's scored, I think, 42 goals and he's had 17 assists. Now, for any Premier League striker, that's a really good feat. And considering Jamaica is lacking in creativity in midfield, I think he will contribute, seeing that he feeds on scraps. Now, why are you so against him playing for the Reggae Boys? And mind you, the local program has been stunted as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. In March last year, the program was halted, local football stopped, and they haven't resumed. I think this has delayed the progress, considering they have a major competition coming up in September. So wouldn't you say then this is extremely timely and the Reggae Boys should welcome such a player?
I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect him or anything. He's a great player. I give him that. I've seen him a few times in the Premier League. You know, West Ham is a big team, but we also have Jamaican-based players playing overseas. You know, the likes of Brian Brown, Shamar Nicholson, you know, Darren Mattox, Peter Lee Vassell, you know, just to name a few. These are young, talented players who should be given the opportunity to represent, you know, Jamaica, and it's just a good look for the country. And I just don't think, you know, I just don't think he's a good fit, honestly.
For the viewers out there who aren't aware, in 1998 when Jamaica went to the World Cup for the first and only time really, we had 7 foreign-based players. The last squad that went to Saudi Arabia, we had only 4 local-based players. Now, this switch from local talent to basically international talent, then our players playing in bigger, more competitive leagues. Do you think it has stunted the development of the local players, or is it a structural thing within the Jamaica Football Federation?
I think it's the federation on a whole, because I don't think it has a good structure for young players, you know. Honestly, the Jamaican schoolboy football, I don't think any other footballing, you know, structure is more exciting than that, you know, and thousands of players showcase their talent, and after that competition, you know, they just go by the wayside. There should be a structure where they, you know, try to send them overseas to get exposure to big clubs, stuff like that. And you know, I just think the federation, it just needs a lot of changes. It needs a makeover. You know, I'm not trying to bash anybody, you know. I mean, I just want the best for my country, because I know Jamaica has a lot of talented players. And I just want to see them excel. That's just it, you know. No disrespect to the foreign-based players, but I just want to see them get the opportunity to play, you know, and that me I talk about.
Well, fair enough. My thing with the local football program, especially the schoolboy football, I think the players are allowed to play until they're too old. So a player 18 going 19 playing in the Costa Cup or the Manning Cup, that's preposterous in my opinion, because they should be playing National Premier League. They should be playing big man ball, quote unquote. Because in the English Premier League, we have players like Mason Greenwood coming to the fore, 18 years old. We have Kylian Mbappe, he came to the fore at 16 years old. Diallo coming to Manchester United recently, 17, 18, 19. These players come into the main team setup in the English Premier League and in other leagues across the world. Ansu Fati coming in for Barcelona at 16 years old. Now, we'd be looking at a 16-year-old playing the Costa Cup and saying, wow, this player is really talented. He's a really good prospect for the future. But in other countries across the world, countries who are thriving in their footballing level, these are players who are already broken out, who are already playing in the top leagues, in the Bundesliga, in the La Ligas, in the Serie A, in the English Premier League. So I think the local schoolboy football program should be cut off at maybe age 17, the maximum, and then the players should transition into the local Premier League. If a player is leaving schoolboy football at age 19 and looking to go into the Premier League, by the time that player is seasoned into the Premier League locally and is seeking an opportunity to go abroad, that player is already 23, 24 when they're expected to be dominating and in their prime. Now, a player at 23, 24 in any of the top leagues in England, you're in your prime. You're at the top of your game. And you're just looking that opportunity to move from local football to go into another top league. I think Mikhail Antonio, they need to commit to Jamaica, not just the opportunity to play at the World Cup because England refused them, but they need to commit. They need to show that they want to represent us, because at the end of the day, when they come and if we don't play well and they leave, it doesn't affect them as much as it would affect a person who they have to go back to Jamaica to live, or they have to go back to Jamaica to transact their business. Or to Thomas Muller, he recently said he prefers when the German players play in the Bundesliga, and that was a primary reason why Germany won the 2014 World Cup, because the players were playing in the local leagues. They understood each other. They understood how the style of play went. And I think having local based players in the Jamaican setup, it would contribute to it, because as things stand now, we're basically picking players from different leagues all over the world. So when they come into the Reggae Boy camp or whatnot, they have what, a week and a half to understand each other, or even if it's a competition, they have a week and a half maximum, and that's not enough time.
The JFF had a conversation with Antonio. However, Antonio at this point in time, despite declaring the interest, Antonio has to reach out to his parents regarding the documents to start the process for a Jamaican passport. But he turned down Jamaica twice, 2015 and 2016, both for the Copa Americas under Winfred Schaefer. So, and he was called up to the England squad 6 times, but never represented England. He's 31 now. Yeah, he would be a good addition, to be honest with you. Even in this period of a year and a half where the qualifiers will be held. You know, I said previously on my channel that I don't want anybody that's not committed, but if he is committed, then I would accept him with open arms, 110%.
The Jamaica Football Federation needs to get it right. They need to work on it, because I personally am not satisfied. And as my colleague Simon Preston said, he needs to see that commitment. We aren't seeing the commitment with these players now. We're seeing refuse players who, personally, I think first choice would be England or wherever. The mere fact that they didn't get to play for England, that's how Jamaica came to the fore. And until Jamaica is made first priority, that's the only time then we will thrive as a footballing nation on the international scene. Thanks once more for tuning into this week's episode of Halftime. Until next time, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any comments, please leave it in the comment section. Thanks, Agana, for tuning in. For those who aren't already following his Instagram handle, follow him at Ghana General. Follow his YouTube channel as well at Ghana General. Some really good music over there on his platform. Really promising prospective entertainer. Look out for him in the future. Until next time.